As you may have just heard, the jury in the trial of two men accused of murdering the black teenager Stephen Lawrence have been hearing how police seized clothing from the homes of the two defendants. Gary Dobson and David Norris deny murder. Our Home Affairs correspondent Guy Smith was in court.
Arriving at the Old Bailey this morning is Linda Holden. She was the detective in charge of looking after the parents of Stephen Lawrence just after he was fatally stabbed at a bus stop in Eltham 18 years ago. She went to the family home 5 times to talk to Neville and Doreen Lawrence. Every day they've been attending the trial, now in its second week. Detective Constable Holden told the jury she was also responsible for all the exhibits seized during a search of Gary Dobson's home just around the corner from the murder scene. They included this jacket and cardigan. She said she was certain she hadn't worn the same clothes at both houses, but when asked if she could have transferred fibres from the Lawrence home to Dobson's house, she said,
"It was well over a week later and I didn't think that I had any risk of contamination, and certain senior officers knew that I had been to the Lawrence family home."
Did you give it any consideration?
Probably not, because I knew from the last time I had been to the Lawrence's home I had already bathed and washed my clothes and was wearing different outfits.
Another officer, John Bevan, on the right, was a detective sergeant in 1993. He headed up the search of the home in Chislehurst of the defendant, David Norris. Denim jeans found on his bedroom floor and a sweatshirt from a wardrobe were bagged up as evidence and taken back to the police station. The jury heard officers were not wearing protective clothing or gloves. At the heart of this trial is new scientific evidence, allegedly linking fibres, blood and hair from Stephen Lawrence on the clothing of the two defendants. Their lawyers argue that new evidence was contaminated. Tonight, Neville Lawrence put on a brave face. Tomorrow, he'll be sitting through more evidence. Guy Smith, BBC London News, at the Old Bailey.
Still to come,